Hey there, boys and girls. Another day, another daily read aloud coming at you live from Miss Lorenzo's office. So today I actually have a sequel to another story that we've read. Sequels are just follow-ups from the books that we read prior. So you guys loved this first book that I read to you, and so I decided to pull out the sequel to it because it's also really good. So today's story is The Day the Crayons Came Home. And I love this story because I love the first one, and it's so funny. I love that they bring crayons to life and give them like different personalities and make them kind of silly. So I wanted to bring this one out and read it to you guys today. So The Day the Crayons Came Home, and it's by Daywalt. And I love this one because it's a little different from the first one. The first one's all about the little boy who wasn't using all the crayons the right way or was using them too much, and so they were writing letters of frustration. But for this one, we get a little bit different. It's a little stranger, a little wackier. And you can see he's on a postcard. He's got a little camping sack, so you're trying to figure out what in the world is going on with these crayons, and we're about to find out. So let's get started. One day, Duncan and his crayons were happily coloring together when a strange stack of postcards arrived for him in the mail. Wonder who they're from. Dear Duncan, not sure if you remember me. My name is Maroon Crayon. You only colored with me once to draw a scab, but whatever. Anyway, you lost me 2 years ago in the couch. Then your dad sat on me and broke me in half. I never would have survived had Paperclip not nursed me back to health. I'm finally better, so come get me. And can Paperclip come too? He is really holding me together. Sincerely, your marooned crayon. Maroon crayon. Marooned means like abandoned. Duncan's bedroom upstairs at his house. So there he is, all fixed up with the paperclip. And there's his dad sitting on him. You can see he's yelling, "No!" My goodness. These crayons, man, they get sillier and sillier. Dear Duncan, no one likes peas. No one even likes the color Peagreen. I'm changing my name and running away to see the world. Sincerely, Esteban the Magnificent. And in parentheses it says, the crayon formerly known as Peagreen. So he's completely changing his name from Peagreen to Esteban, and he's off to see the world. So goofy. Hi, Duncan. It's me, Neon Red Crayon. Remember that great vacation we had with your family? Remember how we laughed when we drew a picture of your dad's sunburn? Remember dropping me by the hotel pool when you left? Yeah, clearly you do not. Because I'm still here. How could you miss me? Anyway, after 8 months waiting for you to come back and get me, I guess I'm walking back. Your left behind friend, Neon Red Crayon. Whoops, left her on vacation. That happens sometimes. Sometimes you leave things places that you can't remember. But looks like she's walking back. Yikes. Duncan, it's us, yellow and orange. We know we used to argue over which of us was the color of the sun. But guess what? Neither of us wants to be the color of the sun anymore. Not since we were left outside and the sun melted us together. You know the real color of the sun? Hot. That's what. We're sorry for arguing. You can make green the sun for all we care. Just bring us home. Your not so sunny friends. Yellow and orange. It says Duncan's room, inside that house there. So they're melted together because he left them outside. Ah. Although, crayons that you melt together can turn out really cool. So maybe he'll just use them. They make a pretty orange now. Like a little bit lighter than the other orange. I don't know, maybe. Just a thought. Because the green sun's kind of strange. Hey Duncan, I'm sure you don't recognize me after the horrors I've been through. I think I was tan crayon or maybe burnt sienna. I don't know. I can't tell anymore. Have you ever been eaten by a dog and puked up on the living room rug? Because I have. I've been eaten by a dog and puked up on the living room rug, Duncan. And it's not pretty. Not pretty at all. I'm more carpet fuzz than crayon now. Can you please bring me back? Your undigestible friend, tan or possibly burnt sienna, crayon. Ew. So unfortunately, he got eaten by the dog, and the dog threw him up. Kind of gross. It's all fuzzy from the carpet. I'm sure we've all had that happen now. Dogs eat weird things. Sometimes other animals too. Dearest Duncan, could you please open the front door? I still need to see the world. Sincerely, Esteban the Magnificent. So Peagreen never even got out the door. He's still sitting there waiting. He's goofy. Whoa. Dear Duncan, remember last Halloween we told your little brother there was a ghost under the basement stairs? Then we drew that scary stuff on the wall? Sure was funny when he ran screaming, right? But it wasn't so funny when you forgot to take me out of the basement. Please come get me. I'm kind of terribly horrified. Your scared friend, glow-in-the-dark crayon. That's pretty cool, though. And what's cool about this book is, if I turn the lights off, which it's sunny outside right now, so even if my lights are off, so even with the lights off right now, you can't really tell. But if we're in a dark room reading this story, like right before bed, this all glows. It's all glow in the dark, which is really, really cool. So even the crayon glows, and it's kind of bumpy, like you can feel the texture of it. So you can tell it's a little bit different than the other pages, which is really neat. I like that he drew some spooky stuff. I would definitely go get that crayon again. Dear Duncan, looks like I'm almost home. Been through China, Canada, and France, I think. Just crossing New Jersey by camel now. New Jersey has giant pyramids, right? I don't think so. See you soon, neon red crayon. P.S. Next stop, the North Pole. I think she's going in the wrong direction. Last time I checked, there weren't any pyramids or camels in New Jersey. So, I'm not really sure where she thinks she's going, but pretty sure she's in Egypt. These crayons, man. They are so goofy. Duncan, does page 8 of Pirate Island ring a bell? Kind of a big payday for Captain Greenbeard, don't you think? And no, bronze or silver in that pile, huh? I told you it'd make me blunt if you colored each coin individually. But would you listen? No. I also told you that those stupid crayon sharpeners never work. Did you listen to that? Also, no. Now, I can't color anything at all. Your pointless friend, Gold Crayon. I had to write it for him, so the pencil had to write the postcard because poor Gold has got a sharpener on his head. This is not fun for me either, you know. So he colored in each of those gold crayons. So I don't know if you guys have ever used the crayon sharpeners on the back of like the Crayola boxes or things like that. But yeah, they don't work very well. So unfortunately, using them kind of ruins your crayons unless you I always unwrap their labels and then I color. But unfortunately, Duncan didn't know that. You would think they would work though, right? It's kind of silly. I've seen the world. It's rainy. I'm coming back. Esteban the Magnificent. And there's Peagreen. He looked outside and he said, nope, I'm all good. Thanks. This one, he is so funny. I also like that his name's Esteban. Or they wanted to change his name to that. Hi, Duncan. You're probably wondering why my head is stuck to your sock. A question I ask myself every day. Well, it's because last week you left me in your pocket and I ended up in the dryer. I landed on your sock and now he's stuck to my head. Can you please come get me? Also, why does everything you wear still smell even after it's washed? Ooh. Your stinky, socky, stucky, on-heady friend. Turquoise crayon. P.S. Sock says hi. Tell him I said hi. Ick. Ugh. That happens though. I haven't had it with crayons, but I've had it with like lipstick or gum. Gross things like that. Gotta be careful what you put in the dryer. Dear Mr. Duncan, I know I'm not your crayon. I know I belong to your baby brother, but I can't take him anymore. In the last week alone, he's bitten the top off my head, put me in the cat's nose, drawn on the wall, and tried to color garbage with me. The worst part is he is a terrible artist. I can't tell what his drawings are. Donkeys, monkeys, donkey monkeys? Picasso said every child is an artist, but I don't know. I don't think he met your brother. Please rescue me, your desperate friend, big, chunky toddler crayon. And we've seen these before, right? They're like the bigger crayons. And apparently his little brother is not using them the way they should be used. But that's what little guys do when they're coloring, right? When they learn to color, sometimes they don't use crayons the right way. He's got a big chunk out because he got bitten. Uh-oh. Duncan, greetings from the Amazon rainforest. Making great time. I think I'm almost home. Neon red crayon. If you know anything about the Amazon rainforest, it definitely doesn't have snow. So I think she's still in the wrong place. They gotta figure that out. Oh my goodness. Between her and Esteban, they're crazy. Hello, Duncan. It's me, Brown Crown. You know exactly when I ran away, buddy. You know exactly why I ran away, buddy. Everyone thinks I get all the great coloring jobs. Candy bars, puppies, ponies. Lucky me, right? Bet they didn't know what else you use to color me, do they? I don't think so. The rest of the drawing was great. But did it really need to have final brown scribble? I'll come back, but please, let's stick to candy bars, okay? Your very embarrassed friend, Brown Crown. Uh-oh. And it says, bear goes in the woods. And it looks like he drew a bear, some trees, and some, looks like poop, which is kind of gross. So he's a little embarrassed. He didn't want to draw poop. Duncan was sad to learn of all the crayons he'd lost, forgotten, broken, or neglected over the years. So he ran around gathering them up. But Duncan's crayons were all so damaged and differently shaped than they used to be that they no longer fit in his crayon box. So Duncan had an idea. And there's all the postcards that he's received I wonder what his idea is. He built a place where each crayon would always feel at home. There's no dogs down there, are there? Nope, no turkeys either. Oh, you flatter me, but it's not really chocolate. Let's have a party. There's White, you can hardly see him. This one is from my blue period, but it's not really blue, more lilac. I think that door is for us. Ah, there you are. I could use a haircut, says the pencil. He wants a little sharpen. No, I think everyone is welcome. Hope there isn't a metal detector. Looks good, lads. Who are you wearing? Oh, I think he goes by Ted. I'm Ted. Make sure it's straight. So they're all kind of talking and making their own little town, it looks like, which is kind of cool. Looks like they use cardboard boxes and crayons, and crayon boxes. There's a special spot for each crayon. Duncan really thought this through. And then, in Cleveland, I got to hike the Great Wall of China. So it looks like Neon Red came back, and Esteban too. The end. I love this story because, like I said, I love the first book. I think it's super clever, so smart, and very funny. But this one makes me kind of chuckle now because we can't really leave our homes right now. It's a little tough. So it's kind of nice to kind of daydream about some of the different places that we could travel or maybe forget or leave some of our crayons. So for your book challenge today, that's exactly what you're going to be doing, is brainstorming and writing about some of the places that you would take your crayons and maybe why some of them might get left behind or forgotten or stuck somewhere. Think of some of the most amazing places you have traveled or would like to travel. I know I'd love to go to a beach right now, but alas, I cannot. So maybe I would leave the tan one at the beach as I was pretending to color sand. Or something like that, or blue maybe I would leave because it got lost in the waves. So tell me what you think. What places would you take your crayons and how would they get lost or forgotten? So I hope you guys enjoyed the story. I know I definitely did, and I'll be on here again tomorrow for another Daily Read Aloud with you guys. I'll see you then. Bye!